teams most points at the end of 4 matches.
Big bonus is everything. 7
Every
plus
elimination.
Right, the clubs keep on going. Awesome, awesome. Oh.
The setup is incredible that they're sitting at. It's similar to the previous ones too, so it doesn't, you know, the feeling doesn't change from competition to competition.
Yep.
Which I think gives competitive players an opportunity to really dig in. But Jack,
it's time for game 1.
It's time for game 1, brother.
Let's get into it, baby. These stacked lobbies, they're all good to go. We are live from TwitchCon. Game 1, Heat 1. Who will rise to the occasion and potentially have their lives changed this weekend with an incredible placing? Again, life-changing amount of money on the line with the amount of the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of viewers online that'll tune in throughout the weekend. The recognition you can get. We talked about Morgos from back at PAX. Comes in a no-name now. Obviously, widely respected, one of the winningest players in Fortnite history in regards to prize money, but here we go. I'll look at everyone dropping on in. And again, this weekend, players playing on both mouse and keyboards. Some elected to go with, you know, controllers, which we'll talk about. Some big names out there, both, you know, Xbox and PS4 represented.
Now, we've seen in the past, regardless of what play setup they're utilizing, it has not really diminished the performance. Nick Merckx and Aiden at PAX West put on an excellent show, both controller players.
Yep.
Now, out here, this little set of buildings, this is a pretty common drop for Tfue and Cloak.
Oh, yeah.
A ton of loot concentrated in one area, not often contested. I think most likely because players understand Tfue is going to be here every single time. Absolutely. This is his go-to spot, and I wouldn't want to contest it either. And
what's funny is, you know, Tfue is going to be rocking that no skin setup. That's just how he is. So you almost are certain if you land at this area on the map. You saw both these players, no shields, not the case for Tfue and Cloakzy, as they should have a health advantage.
You notice through the bottom of your screen. S down to 10 HP, backing out. Opportunity gets the knock-on chaos. The AR shots, excellent.
Just
there.
like that.
Capitalizing. I mean, this is just their drop zone, which is why Cookie, I think, is taking the opportunity to push over a little bit to the left. They're focusing on just one player because Novi is up there now pushing in towards the tennis courts, but they're so distant from each other that if one knockdown happens, you can almost guarantee that's going to be elimination.
And again, you can see how scrappy the loot is at the start of these games. Still 92 players remaining as well. Noobtra, the big 60 tag, and that should be the note to just go for Novi as they're going to begin to push on forward. You see immediately the opposing player, that's Cookie Monster, has to fall back and try to protect Vic Vicious as she's just stuck down in the box. Cookie Monster now surrounded. Vic Vicious, one shot as well. Doesn't look like a good ending here. And
tough spot to be there. The kind of the split turned into an opportunity to take advantage of you know, that low HP situation. Like you said, as soon as the 60 tag came out, teammate called it out. Now it's time to push because you know that is almost a guaranteed knockdown.
100%. And now with the first zone beginning to close, it's all so low. The FPS is left. So now Kayun might be able to just run out unscathed. It looks like he has actually no idea.
To gatekeep right now.
Oh, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. Hello, Fred. There's the shots. Only connects twice. There's still a chance here for Kayun. That's a huge tag for 46 damage. The zone now there as well. It's only ticking for 1. Look at the material count, though, Lupo. Down to just 27 metal, 14 brick, a well-placed floor, 12 HP. The elimination. The FPS will live to see another day. Closer towards retail row for now, and here's our scoreboard.
So Noobtra and Novi, the only team thus far with 3 eliminations between the two of them, which is 1 point. So they're in an excellent position right now. Both carrying at least a bit of shield. Maybe not at the state where they feel comfortable taking an engagement. Not looking like Cloak and Tfue. 2 eliminations there, full health, full shield, just on the spot.
Each game, it winds up $10,000 on the line between these zones. You also wind up having a situation where if it's tied with eliminations, or if nobody gets an elim, then the money carries on to the next game and then doubles.
So the next game it could be 20,000.
Exactly, and it could keep going.
If it happens again, then 30,000.
Yes.
Each game, if the Mega Raid bonus is not obtained, it rolls over to the next game.
And it looks like we've already had an elimination come on in here as Megan and Mitro just gonna try to heal on up.
Because being able to edit peak was removed quite a while ago. You see there the gray squares taking up all the vision that you would normally have. Instead, they can kind of just do a quick reset. The shots trading back and forth there. Giganza looks like he's knocked down, which means Villux has to take an opportunity here. Sneak some shots. He's trying to edit his way out, but couldn't quite get it. Kevlar and Bluehawk
jeez.
Securing.
Look at it's just apparently it's like Chug Jug's just everywhere that are on the ground.
I got minis on me.
You hear that? Minis on me. Chug Jug. I'm popping all these. Chug Jugs they're a double-edged sword because late game this rotation is going to be rough already. Frankie getting tagged up. Johan just behind. Here comes the zone. The storm now closing. This is tough. Only 170 brick left for God. And there you go. The glide comes on in.
1 minute left on the Mega Raid bonus. Looks like he's going to swoop directly in on a team that almost had no idea that he was there, but gets caught off guard by a quick 180 shotgun.
Quick couple limbs in. You see the fist bump coming on out. Icy and Okrit are there as well. The storm closing. Still, we had 66 players, now down to 59 with this one zone, and this is where the game begins to collapse quite quickly. Icy trying to move on through. You see Okrit getting tagged from up top. He's trying to build himself roofs. I believe this is still Tfue and Cloakzy. The stinks absolutely great to force your opponent out of position. As again, they're inching on in. Now they're going to begin to build their 1x1s, claim their territory. That's a great use of the pyramid to block the opposing player's build that was just below. He doesn't want the player to be able to edit out that floor, so they pyramid above it to give that extra bit of protection. Ooh. Can do with this weapon. Just barely misses that shot. Now the Make It Rain bonus area did just end. We'll have updates for you guys at the end of the game of who winds up taking that home, or if someone took it home. Yes, that is very key.
If two teams tied on elimination count, they're going to roll over to the next game. Tfue gets a shot there on Flowers, gets the elimination.
Absolutely 3 for this squad. That should be a point now for Tfue and Cloakzy. They are on the board. Remember, Cloak got those first 2 eliminations. It's now, I believe, it's almost time for them to go.
Now that heavy sniper is more than just a utility for getting eliminations at range. You'll see if we get to the late game and Tfue is built up directly next to someone, they'll use it as a breaching tool too, because it will one-shot any surface that a player builds up. Now, there's that Cloak, the Tfue and Cloak can go for the deploy on the glider there, try and get immediate height advantage of the team underneath. These guys are, they always, I feel like, have a top-down view of everybody.
But
big
this
shots
time,
on Tfue.
He just got rocked right there. Gonna go ahead and pop these minis and the slurp.
In the past,
Tfue
and Cloak, if they feel like they're going to get shot down, maybe somebody's going to get the height advantage on them, they could just jump off and glide away.
Yep. This is that high ground.
Actually, Tfue and Cloak are split. They have Okrit is stacked between them in the tower that they're in. I'm assuming Crit's teammate is down below at the very bottom.
But see, Cloak still has a rift to go, so I'm wondering if they use the rift to go right now to get, easy rotations. It looks like they're going to try to farm a limbs right here. Some great tags, players beginning to glide. Everyone now soaring through the air as it's an all-out race for this next zone. Waiting, dropping down right at the perfect time. Now Cloakzy on the ground, looks to try to claim one area as his own. This is where the lobbies begin to drop quick. Take a look at that player number on the right side of your screen. Still 30 seconds on this rotation. Nice now down. Ashton now down. You see Bartonologist has been eliminated. The lobby beginning to drop like flies as everyone has begun an all-out assault, Lupo, and this is honestly how you expect it to go.
Now the zone, the travel distance in the zone was so far that no one had an opportunity to drop straight into the next safe zone and build up. Everyone was forced into a fight there. The player count still going down. Everyone is still moving. You can see in the top left of the screen for a moment there. People still stuck outside the zone. Tfue and Cloak trying to make their way inside, building up just each layer one at a time, and even a window there in case they need to cover each other through the layers. Just trying to take as many shots as they can.
This 8 damage zone.
Multiple players going down to the zone. You see your feed there. Mr. Gubber gets a double there. General Vicaros goes down.
And look, only 20 players left now. Tfue gets the knock on the Mars. A great shot from Mitro, who had one of the best plays. You see 5 eliminations, and now everyone gets brought up by the rift to go, and this will completely change it. They're going to try to just slowly float on down, ride this zone on over. You see Mitro, he's scanning the ground right now. Where's my best place? Where can I land and begin to secure some sort of area and solid footing? 5 elims from Mitro himself.
The only risk right now with a slow drop is if players down there secure a little box for themselves and look up, they can take shots on a lot of these players that are just floating in. Cloak and Tfue landing on top of each other. And
that's that beautiful communication. Think of that call out, right? Like, look at all the little builds there are. They know exactly which box they want to land on in. 16 players left. We're now moving towards when the bonus points come in for those top placings. Remember, 4th and 5th place, you get a point. 2nd or 3rd, you get 2 points. First, the victory royale, 3 points. Everyone has that on their mind. 12 players remaining. Cloakzy now knocked. Tfue with a quick shot of a heavy. Will look for the elimination himself. Will he be able to save Cloak? I just don't believe so with the zone moving on in. It's all down to Tfue. He's building on up. 7 players left. I believe he has the high ground for the moment. And it just seems like, Lupo, he is always in these positions.
This is a position we've seen him in so many times in the past through
4 left.
Fall Skirmish, Summer Skirmish. This is, and there you go, using that heavy snipe as a way to breach through surfaces.
It's a 1v1v1. It's a 1v1v1, and Tfue still has the high ground. You cannot make this up. This has all the signs of a Tfue and Cloakzy Game 1 victory here. Oh, I thought he was about to fall on down, but no, doesn't seem the case. Remember, all these players still left have each earned 2 points automatically for their top 3 placing. But who will get the extra point for the victory royale? The zone moving on in. Only 29 health for Mitro. This zone will chunk him on down. There's the quick shot from Hero. The double barrel's so good.
1v1.
Tfue looks like he's ready for the heal. It's not going to come on in. Tfue blocked by the tree. But Hero gets dropped by the storm, and just like that, later we have a winner. That's how crazy the ending zones are. Here it is again. Hero was so low. You saw Tfue popping those bandages. He got absolutely
teams the most points at the